Hello everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX. In the last episode we went through Lapis Cave and started our adventure as fugitives. In this episode, I think it would be a good idea to start off showing the menu here because we actually have one of our little squares filled in with Zapdos. These squares will fill in every time you complete either a major story event or beat a boss. In Zapdos' case it's kind of both, but there will be ones that show up that aren't explicitly boss fights, they're just story events. But yeah, you can see there's a lot of content to go through. We're on episode 13 and we only have one square filled out of, how many is that? Like 18? I don't know. I'm gonna spare y'all the counting. Anyway, we're going into Mount Blaze here. This is our next dungeon. I did change up my inventory a little bit. I took out all the Pecha Berries that I had gathered from that last cave because obviously we're not gonna need it in this next dungeon. I've also taken out the tiny reviver seeds because if I'm going to use them, this is another one of those dungeons that's separated into two sections. And if I want to use them, I want to use them on the second section, not the first. Are you ready to roll? Yes. So we have a similar issue here. We have the rock path and then we have actual Mount Blaze. We'll go the rock path. And I know I didn't quite mention it last time because it was April 1st. But these dungeons are really just a way for you to oh, of course there's Nidorinos. Why wouldn't there be? Right after I got rid of all of my poison, getting rid of poison abilities. Anyway, don't you dare use those physical moves against this Nidorino, dude. I didn't use any Pecha Berries in the last one because I knew that we'd be going on to the next floor, and when you go through floors, you lose whatever, status affliction you had. But these little short dungeons, I want to say, were intended as a way for you to gather items and be able to store them so you can stockpile them. Because if you keep going into the dungeons and dying, well, you lose all your items. So you have no way to stockpile, say, tiny reviver seeds. But if you really wanted to, you could keep going through the little rock paths, keep getting more and more items, and then eventually be able to take on whatever you needed to. Meowth? Hold on. Meowth, what are your moves set to? Because he did not use Fake Out there. Okay, he just didn't use it for funsies. Okay. Works for me. I really need to get a move to replace Surf. I'm gonna be honest. It's not realistic for me to use it in most situations, and if I'm fighting a Flying-type Pokemon, that leaves Water Gun as my only option. And as I said in the last episode, I really like the way Meowth's moveset looks right now. I could probably get rid of one more move and replace it with something else, but as of now, it's kind of I wouldn't mind if we keep this moveset on him for a while. I know he's gonna learn more moves as we go on, and of course there's probably gonna be better ones than I don't know, Foul Play maybe? Foul Play is still a really good move though, using its opponent's power against it. But still, it's really good, so I'm pretty satisfied with his. Ours, however, I'm thinking, ideally... Okay. See, the thing is about Fury Swipes against an enemy with Poison Point. Poison Point can activate every single time that you use Fury Swipes. Every single hit. Geez, Thunderbolt has a really high paralyzation rate. I want to say it might be 50% or something, because it seems to be paralyzing almost every single time, which is really good. Paralyzation is a super powerful status effect for enemies, especially bosses, because, okay, bosses automatically get rid of their status afflictions after a turn or two. However, paralyzation goes away after a turn or two anyway, because it's only meant to stop your opponent temporarily. It works on bosses, basically. Poison and Burn does nothing to bosses, absolutely not one thing. So, Screech, yeah, that's gonna be a no. Although I do want to say that affects the whole room. No, just the enemy in front. Sometimes there's moves that can affect the whole room, like Growl. It'll decrease the attack power of every single enemy. And those can be really good. That's our second Tiny Reviver Seed. You see what I mean? These dungeons can be really good for getting all that. This is a dead end too. Oh, have to go all the way back to the other end of the dungeon. I'll tell you what. Twister's one of the not Twister. Agility is one of the scariest moves in this game because normally, you know, you're able to run away from a Pokemon. If you don't want to fight it, you don't have to. You can just walk away. Agility gets rid of that advantage. They can basically get in any position they want around you and still attack. So there's certain dungeons where certain enemies, I'm sure, like, if I said it, y'all would know if you've played the original Red and Blue Rescue Team, or maybe even this one. There's a specific dungeon that I'm thinking of later on in the game. And also, I believe this has the same enemies as Rock Path of Lapis Cave. There's a specific dungeon where there's a flying type, rock type enemy, and it knows agility, and this, everyone, is the scariest enemy in the whole game, because it can just absolutely raffle stomp your team. Yes, I'm using that term in 2020, don't worry about it. Hello, Kecleon Shop. I also want to say that Kecleon Shops are way more common now that we're not able to go back to town. Blast Seeds. Blast Seeds are also really good still. Like, it's not often that we're going to be doing 200 damage, or 100 damage in a turn. Also, the reason I couldn't buy from that other Kecleon shop the other time, like I walked out and it wouldn't sell the item, is because I was already standing at an entrance, and Kecleon sells to you when you go to an entrance. So, if you just step out, I don't know. I want this Oranberry. Oh, that's right, I have Meowth set to follow me. I didn't change that tactic. Let me go ahead and change that back. So if you set them to follow me, they won't attack at all unless they're standing right next to you. Let's Go Together makes them, like, go out of their way for items to pick up, like, money or items that are nearby that are maybe, like, 2 tiles away. They'll fight enemies if they can, if the enemy's in range for any of their attacks. Follow Me makes them not do that at all. That's the difference there. Guess that path loops back to the start. Yeah, this is pretty much the exact same stuff we heard before. I have Reviver Seeds that I'm going to deposit. I also have a lot of other items. I don't need all these. I need to use this zinc. I'm gonna go through... Apples aren't that important to me right now because we can't actually use them to recruit any Pokemon where normally you could. I just need to free up some room here. Don't need all these sleep seeds. I'll dodge orb, I'll save for later. I just want to be able to pick up some items while we're going through the dungeon. Now for the real deal. Let's get started. Nope. I lied. What if I go this way? No, he won't say anything, it just doesn't let you. Also, I gotta say this is beautiful. This little fugitive section of the game is one of the points where, you know, you start the game and it's a completely different art style from the original. Looks like One Wicked Place does it. It's a completely different art style from the original, so it might put you off at first. But, like, this whole section is where... Okay. Good. Was that worth it, Meowth? Was it worth getting poisoned? He now has a very low attack stat now as well, because Burn lowers your attack. But in this game, you still get the regenerative HP. As you'll notice, his HP is still going up, despite having a status affliction. Numel? Numel? Hello. Okay. We'll just miss all of our attacks, no biggie. Ugh, you know, I wouldn't hate to use Surf right now. That wouldn't be the worst, but I think this is going to knock the Numel out. Not Numel, it's Nummel. Ralph said that in part 13, and I was like, really, Ralph? Did you do that on purpose? It's Nummel, because it's numb camel. Okay, Meowth's dead, first off. 12? Yeah, use that, because I don't think I have any tiny Reviver Seeds in my inventory. Cool! Yeah, Flame Burst also hits all the opponents around where it comes into contact. Good lord. That was a very powerful enemy group there. Tiny Reviver Seed? No, Sleep Seed. That works too. Let's move on. Get rid of that burn, first of all. Max Ether. Nice, 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 nice. I ought to be using those soon. But yeah, having that Surf just... Oh, that's why I was doing, like, no damage, because he used Amnesia. And all of my attacks are special, I believe. Yeah, those are tiny numbers. Good lord, we cannot hit a single attack in this game, and I'm already burnt! Okay. Look at how many enemies are below us. I am not going down there. Cool. Are we out of oranberries? I would have thought he offered to give me an oranberry. No, that's not what I wanted to do. I thought that was my items. I do have oranberries. I hate you, Meowth. Jeez. If this burn does any more damage to me, I'm gone. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I gotta play very careful here. Oh yeah, burn yourself too. Almost every single enemy here has flame body. It's pretty obnoxious, honestly. Okay, Meowth's going to take on that Slugma. Watch him use Fury Swipes and burn himself. Oh no, he's safe. Okay, we take those. We have plenty of max elixirs, or max ethers rather, so I'm not afraid of using items if I need to. Also, hey, we have a new kind of terrain. It's like, it's the lava up here. Like, you can't step on it because I'm not a fire type, but if you are a fire type, you can step onto it just as I would step on water. Oh, link boxes. You love to see it. Yeah, this is slowly doing more damage than I'm healing from the regeneration. If any of these Pokemon start going to the right, okay. Gotta heal again. This is ridiculous. I have absolutely no Rost berries in my storage, by the way. I checked. I checked because those would heal burns, but nope. None. All right. Good lord. That's right. I have the Prosper ribbon. So it would get rid of any of my status affliction. No, hold on. Didn't it say when you equip it, it'll get rid of the status afflictions? I should try that next time I get burnt. But yeah, I forgot that it will heal you if you get money. That's actually really good. I'm surprised that that ended up helping me because it seems like it wouldn't happen a lot. A very unique situation where you're burnt and you come across like money. But I guess in a dungeon where you're going to be burnt 90% of the time, helps out, doesn't it? I thought that was a gravel rock over there, right off screen. These floor layouts have not been kind to us. We've spent about like 5 minutes here and we're only on a link box. You love to see it. 5 minutes and we're only on floor 3 here. But link boxes are good. You want to have link boxes because basically you can sell them for nutty amounts of money. I want to say it's $6.50 per. So that also comes into this the sales pitch ability, where if you're in a dungeon, or it's not an ability, it's a rare quality. If you're in a dungeon, you can sell items for more. I want to say it's 50% more to Kecleon shops, where if, and in this case, if you're stockpiling all of these very expensive items, like the link boxes, then you can basically bring them all into a dungeon, sell them all in one go, and get a good amount of money. And when you're selling for $6.50, 50% increase on that sells for just about 1,000. So it's really an insane amount of money. And it's crazy because link boxes are super common in these next few dungeons because, once again, you're not allowed to go into town, so they need to give you a way to link your moves. So they supply you with a ton of link boxes. Those are really not a single... Geez, these layouts are nuts. When I originally played, I didn't think Mount Blaze was that bad, but it seems to be... Is he coming for us? He is, okay. Howdy do. I'm gonna hit you with one of these. Nearly knocks him out in one hit. Cool. Hey! I'm so glad that when I press A, it doesn't automatically use Surf, by the way. Normally it would automatically try to use moves that would connect with an enemy. When you press A, don't poison me, of all things, God bless. Normally it would try to use a move that would connect with an enemy, so say you're 4 tiles away from someone and you have Hydro Pump, it'll be like, okay, use Hydro Pump. It doesn't seem to do that with moves that will hit your own teammates, which is nice that they had that foresight. There's another Kecleon shop up there. The sun blazes, the power of fire type attacking moves goes up, and the power of water moves goes down. This sucks, needless to say, and enemies won't get frozen, so if you're an ice type, you're at even more of a disadvantage. Hello, apples. Slumber Orb, Gravel Rock. Geopebbles do more damage than Gravel Rocks, by the way. I know Ralph said that wrong. Using it pulls all the items on the floor to you. That can be actually a fun item to use. Might as well grab that. Might as well grab the Oranberry as well, because you never know. Neat. That'll do it. 155. Again, don't take more than it's worth, but it does give you a chance to put it back if you don't have enough money in this game, luckily. So I guess I'll keep an eye out for any floors that have a ton of items on it. Ugh, not worth it. I'll watch out for any floors that have a ton of items so that I can use that. Yeesh. Of course, the enemies have to have smog as well, so maybe those pecha berries wouldn't have been a bad idea to bring. Or at least one of them. Neat. Max ether. Always useful. There we go. This is not a short dungeon, by the way. We're not near the end. It's just very inconvenient tiles, or very inconvenient layouts. Which again is all randomized, but certain dungeons... Okay. Certain dungeons have certain layouts, and I actually played a little bit more on my own time. Yeah, give me that HP. I played a little bit on my own time, and they indeed did keep the floor layout in the game that just has one giant room. Also, hey, Pidgeots are here. Okay. I guess Rock Path just kind of has a combination of... Yeah, press that. Might as well get a little bit more move experience. What are our move levels at, by the way? It doesn't... Okay, it does show you. Level 2 for most of them. Okay. It's not bad. Not that they make that big of a difference, but with moves like Mud Slap that have low accuracy, you want... Or Mud Bomb, actually, has low accuracy, so you want that to hit as much as you can. Yeah, big Thunderbolt. I'm at 0 hunger. Neat. I also have no uses of the move Water Gun. Alright, Meowth, your turn. Get burnt. He didn't. I know I have an apple. I had an apple or two in here. Doop. Yep. Neat. I really want to grind out... I could have just swapped to Meowth, of course, but I really want to grind out rare qualities so I can get Small Stomach. Which would, of course, make... Man, my PP situation isn't really good right now. I need to use a Max Ether or two, because we have plenty. Meowth keeps picking them up for some reason. But I need to get Small Stomach, which lets me, like, eat an orange berry and, oop, my hunger's full, my belly's full. Or maybe even, like, not Food Finder. I hate to say it. I'm very biased. I did make that rare quality video, and people are like, oh, you're really, like, underselling some of these. No, I just really think they're annoying. Like Food Finder. People are like, oh, you never have to worry about hunger. It's just as good. No, it's not. It's annoying. That's what it is. Okay, before we go anywhere else, I'm going to use one of these Max Ethers for Water Gun. I'm going to need to use it for Mud Bomb and Mud Slap, because those are my main powerhouse moves. So I think we have plenty to use those. That'll also free up some inventory space so I can actually pick up items throughout this dungeon, because we have many items that we have yet to pick up, and I guarantee you we have plenty. Ooh, I need to use this. Special defense, who has the lowest? It's Meowth, because Meowth's stats are absolutely horrible for some reason. I don't know why. Nope, not the orange berry. Yeah, we have plenty of Max Ethers in our storage. And by the end, like, once you get a good portion into the game, you get so many Max Ethers and Max Elixirs that you don't know what to do with them. Do you still have Thunderbolts? You do. Oh my god, Hurricane. Hurricane has super low accuracy, and we're actually in sunny weather right now, so I think it's even lower than it normally would be if it goes to the game. Okay. If it goes by main series properties. Which also means my water guns are actually literally doing nothing. Can you please hit your attacks? Good lord. Okay. Alright, Meowth's gonna die. If he doesn't use Fury Swipes and Foul Play. Yeah, sure. It could still just use Hurricane and absolutely bonk you right now, but still. Seems to just be using Gust. It's like all of Pidgeot, it's a Pidgeot, not a Pidgeotto, which is scary. Okay, why are there so many enemies? Hold on, what items do I have? Power Up Orb. Looking at orbs specifically, yeah, not many. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna let him step right here and I'm gonna start throwing Geopebbles. So just for reference, Geopebble, 30. Gravel Rock, I wanna say is 15. 20. Okay, it's 20. It's not super tiny, but it's still not much. Geopebbles, if you have the Strong Arm rare quality or whatever it's called, do a good 45, and I believe they can also be thrown farther. So it's not the worst ability to have, but my playstyle just doesn't incorporate those items. I'd rather use my toolbox space for items like max elixirs, apples, unless I have small stomach, orange berries especially. Orange berries are so good in this game because of the rare quality small stomach. 8th floor. We're making movements here. Okay, Pidgeot, at least there's not any sunny weather here, so I'll be able to do a bit more damage with my water attacks. Come on. Stop using Thunderbolt all the time. You can knock it out with Fury Swipes. He still has PP for that, right? Lord Almighty, he does. Okay. Also, Pokemon don't have genders, so I might just, I don't know. Meowth's a bad bitch, so I don't know. Okay, thanks for that. Maybe that paralyzation effect isn't as common as I thought, because it seemed to be hitting like every other Thunderbolt for a while there. Hello, Slugma. Slugma nuts. I used you in Heart Gold, and I say used in the past tense as if I'm not still planning on going back to that. I am, don't worry. Blast Seed, you love to see it. You love to seed it, rather. Might actually grab a... I mean, I can safely use Surf now because it won't do any damage to Meowth, really. Look at that, 26. Measly. Measly numbers. This might knock it out. Yeah. Good, and a level up. Level 18. The latest level for starters evolving. Not Mudkip, though. Come on over. That still did 24 with the sunlight. Cool. Troll Orb's a lot better. I keep thinking about when I can use the Troll Orb, and it's probably not gonna happen soon, because in later dungeons there's monster houses, which we have yet to see in this Let's Play, but I'm sure many of you know what it is. And monster houses are signified on the map. Well, I guess if you can see all the items. In post-game, you can't see items outside of the room you're in. Same goes for enemies, but if you can see items if you have X-ray specs or something, then monster houses are signified by having a ton of items in them, which obviously draws you in. You're like, oh, cool, a lot of items, let's go there, and then it's a monster house. Troll Orb's really good for that if you just want the items, so keep an eye out for that. It's sunny weather again. I'm wondering, does Torkoal have Drought in this game? Because that would be the play if you wanted to play with a weather team. There are a couple of Pokemon. I believe if they have weather abilities, like in the main series, they will have them in Mystery Dungeon. Although for the most part, hidden abilities aren't in. I don't know. Sometimes they like contradict themselves with that. Most of the time, hidden abilities aren't available in Mystery Dungeon, but sometimes they just put them in. So I don't know. Hit them with it. Okay, cool. Yeah. I'm gonna check and see what these items are. It's all money. Shouldn't have done that. Just absolutely donk that Torkoal. It is sunny. Yeah, I'm gonna use Surf. Cause okay. That'll miss the Slugma, who cares? Big deal. Let's just hope it doesn't use Ember on Meowth. That's exactly what it did. Yeah, I don't want him to go down to this burn. We're close to the halfway point, not the halfway point, but the midpoint. But I still don't want to risk losing him. Because like I said, it doesn't actually kick you out of the dungeons if your partner dies in this game. Not dies, gets knocked out. Oh hey, I'm out of hunger again. Neat. And I only have Surf. Hey Meowth, do you have any fake outs left? Because you're not using them. No. This is bad. Okay, cool. Now fight. Good lord, yeah, you did that one, didn't you? Uh-oh, that's not good. Whew, if I stayed asleep for long enough, it would have absolutely knocked me out. I need apple. Let me just go through all of my things. Yeah, I have an apple. I'll eat. That should be the last one I need. I should have just swapped to Meowth there, to be honest. Alright. Hey, look, a Max Ether. Yeah. I need to start getting used to pressing B to go to my toolbox, but here's the thing. I pressed B like 3 times there. It worked on the 3rd time. I don't know why, but pressing B to open the item box does not work, and when it does work, there's like a 1.5-second delay with it opening. I have no idea why this is. It feels so bad. It hurts whenever it takes that long. It's like, I have the same problem with the Smash Ultimate menu. It's so delayed. Like, it takes so long for it to register that you are like, hey, I want to play Smash. I don't know. That's a problem I've had with many Switch games, actually. It's surprisingly common. And I don't know why. Maybe it's just the whole latency issue with the Joy-Cons. I don't know. Because I have fairly new Joy-Cons. I had to get new ones because my old ones stopped working. They got the drift. You love to see it. Frostberry. Yoink. It's mine now. Did I see an Arcanine? Yikes. You hate to say it. Fiero, my friend, my buddy, I cannot do anything against you. I'm gonna hit him with a Stinky Surf, I think. Yeah. That works. Nope. No, I'm good. Please, don't. I'm glad that it asks, but it's like 90% of the time I don't want to use it because I know I'll just regen it. Especially if you choose your paths right. Oh, that's a big room. Christ, okay. There's the Arcanine. I guarantee you it has Ember. Just gonna stand. There we go. Should be able to knock it out. Again, evolution doesn't mean a ton, so even though it's a big scary Arcanine, it's still gonna go down pretty easily. No biggie. Yeah, all the enemies are just on our trail right now. That healing actually does a lot with the Prosper Band. Can get annoying with how much it just pops up and is like, hey, I'm gonna interrupt you, but hey, still. It's nice. Wigglytuff Orb. While we can't use these at all right now, it's still nice to have them for later, you know? Kind of stockpile them. Ooh, watch the sale price of this link box. Look at that. Yeah, items sell for 10% of what you can buy them for. Yeah, link boxes are expensive. I would never recommend buying them. Is there not a path here? Guess not. Never recommend buying them. Always just go to a dungeon that has a lot, like Mount Blaze or Lapis Cave. Just get them. Yeah, there is a path on the right here. It's hard to see the map sometimes when it's on a really light background. All right, this should be it, I think. It sure is. Cool. So that was a really long dungeon when it didn't need to be, but I'm gonna end it here anyway because we got things happening soon. So I'm gonna see you all in the next episode, and goodbye.